I hope that it's going to do some good, that it's going to raise public awareness, that we don't have to tolerate bad behavior from public officials, and it's also going to arm people with video cameras, that if they see something wrong, they can videotape it.
You know, there's a system, New York City, if anything, we have systems. We have thousands of systems, and there's a system by which you can go complain. Did you try that?
I have tried that, by telephone and by mail, to the mayor, to the police commissioner, and I've had no response whatsoever. So I had no other recourse, and I had to bring my videos to the people on YouTube and show them what's going on here in New York.
How many parking tickets have you received?
So far this year, about 3 or 4.
And what about the last year?
About the same. I get about 3 or 4 a year, and I'm very careful.
And they're about 65 bucks a pop.
About
usually.
105, 115.
It depends on what you're doing, but
that's right.
Parking in a no parking standard is about 65 bucks.
Right.
It's worth all this to you? You think it's doing any good?
I hope that it's going to...
I sure would hate to have the police this angry at me, you know? Because I figure I go down the street picking a booger out of my nose and they'll lock me up forever.
You know, there is a bounty on my head.
A bounty on your
absolutely.
Head? Not just a Mets cap?
No. On the NYPD RAND site, they're putting together a pool, and the police officer who gets to arrest me first is going to win about $400.
I can't confirm that. Don't you figure that from this and other appearances they're going to get your name?
Eventually they will, but hopefully by then I'll have enough public support that the city will not be able to
do what they do.
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
You're watching Eyewitness News, the news watched by more people in the tri-state area.
A man from Brooklyn has made it his crusade to scold New York City workers who he catches parking illegally. He goes by the name Jimmy Justice, and he's armed with a camera. Eyewitness News reporter Jeff Rossin has the story.
You're supposed to enforce the law, not break the law.
A citizen crime fighter going after an unlikely target, NYPD traffic agents.
Don't do that. What kind of example are you for the citizens of New York? You're a police officer. You're not supposed to make a U-turn within a business district.
Can you get out of my face?
He calls himself Jimmy Justice, and when he sees traffic cops parked illegally, he confronts them on his own personal camera and posts it all on YouTube. You go by Jimmy Justice on YouTube. You don't want us to use your real name. Why?
Oh, because I know that when people do make complaints against the city takes revenge.
In this clip, he spots a city traffic cop parked at a fire hydrant during, he says, a real fire.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. While you're in the store, you don't hear the sirens? What's the matter with you?
It's pretty gutsy. You walk right up to these police officers, and some say you don't always show them the greatest amount of respect.
I will only show respect to a police officer who does his job properly.
As you've seen, the confrontations get downright nasty. Jimmy says he's already on his third camera.
You're parked on a sidewalk in a no standing any time. Get off my camera.
We showed the videos to former New York City Transportation Commissioner Sam Schwartz, who said besides the yelling, cursing, and name-calling,
now you're going to drop in your radio. You're a boob.
You want to call him?
You're a boob.
Jimmy Justice has every right to roll tape.
City workers have got to get used to it. It's the public's right to challenge a government worker and challenge them even on the job.
Somebody else will get a ticket for that. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
If you try to complain to the city government and you don't get what you feel is right or just, then you have to bring it to the public. YouTube is probably the best place to do it.
And so he says the one-man crusade continues, whether the traffic cops like it or not. Jeff Rossin, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
And all the NYPD would tell us is that it is investigating.
Yeah, I bet they are.
It's a little harsh. I mean, I love the enthusiasm.
Well, yeah.
Very
enthusiastic, isn't it?
We're enthusiastic by the end of the day. The sun came back out.
Yeah.